Hello and welcome or welcome back to my mini series on getting through creative blocks. So this is also a special video for my dear patrons who've been working with the word win this year, or well, this month. That has been our theme. Pretty abstract sort of theme. So working with wind in reference to working through creative blocks. So one of the things I want to kind of get to is like what wind kind of teaches us about moving with our creative works, our creative process, right? So when you're feeling stuck or not sure how to continue forward, it's really easy to fall into this place of going back over it again and again and again, looking at it until your eyes are basically bleeding, or just getting so frustrated it's almost impossible to move through, right? So for this video, I want to focus on how to shift our view of what we're working on and relate that to this month's theme that has been wind. And of course, we are wrapping up this month. We are approaching the end, right? So as we are working with the winds of change, there are a few things we can do to support ourselves when we feel stuck creatively, right? So what I'm going to offer up today, I feel like I'm rambling, but Mercury's in the microwave. What I'm going to focus on today are tools to just quickly shift things, right? So one thing that I highly recommend you pull out if you're working with art as ritual, if you're not sure what to do, pull out your deck. Pull out your deck and see what energy comes through for you. Sometimes even just the images that are on the cards that you pull can be really supportive. But I also think it's important to think in terms of this is a medicine that can help us shift our perspective, right? This can be a good tool for most things if we're just kind of feeling stuck. So why not use it in our creative work, right? So if this isn't something you're familiar with or you don't work with tarot, you work with oracle cards, use what works best for you. If you're not into either, I recommend just getting an oracle deck because it's easier to read. It will be pretty straightforward. I use tarot because it's an important part of my personal practice, but what your personal practice looks like is going to be different, right? So like, for example, you are feeling stuck. You don't know what to do. What should you ask your deck? Well, a good pull question is simply, please show me a card for clarity around how to finish this project. And then once you pull a card, you'll sit and kind of think about it. For me, if I were getting to a place where I didn't know what to do and I pulled this card, first I'm going to think about what is the meaning behind the card. Kind of like in a place of really noticing your abundance. What is working in the piece? There's a lot of things working in the piece, whether or not we acknowledge it, right? In the art piece, that is. So thinking about things related to the meaning of the card. Also, the cards are a visual language in themselves. Look at maybe lines or designs, colors, shapes that are coming forward, and see if you can actually include that into your design. So like, for example, there were a piece that I'm getting or was getting pretty stuck with is this little guy. I've been doing pieces where I just kind of scribble a line and then I play with it. I see what comes forward, right? So for this one, if I'm thinking about this card for this piece, what pulls my eye first is the line of cups. So I might like create that, and actually I add that to this piece. A line up here of some sort of design to kind of finish. It's very grounded down here. There's a lot of space down here that's being taken up. So I might add something up here in that same sort of arch to kind of finish this piece, right? Another thing, I started with my line like this, and I just flipped it over. And I was like, there's a face, duh. That's why I added the face there. So that is just an example of how I could take the card that I just pulled and implement it. And again, I think I might actually do that. I'll share it with you if I do end up doing that. But this is just a great example of one way to use your cards. And of course, flip the script, turn it upside down. Turn it in every direction, look at it from a distance. That's another quick way to kind of visualize different things happening within your piece. So for that one, I was really stuck with that line design and was like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Just keep going for it, babes. It's fine. Even if you don't know what you're doing, do it anyway. It's fine. But yeah, so that is my number one tip. Another thing you can do is take your picture to a mirror, and seeing it in reverse or take a picture of it and flip the picture can give you a different perspective. Of course, this video is inspired by our theme of wind. Shift things up, move things around. And one way we can move things around is by simply moving some cards. Wake them up, get them moving, get back into your creative flow. I hope that was supportive. Please let me know if you do end up using some cards for your practice, if you don't already and you just tried it for the first time. But of course, we talk all the time about our creative, spiritual, magical art practice, and that's the whole deal. That's the whole thing. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. for our creative ritual in person, and of course know that the recordings over on Patreon will be posted following after. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.